Welcome to the Indian Newslink podcast.
Good afternoon. We have today Udita Sood, arguably the president of the youngest Indian association in New Zealand, which is just about 8 or 10 weeks old. They had a successful program, I think one or two of them. Welcome to Indian Newslink, Udita. Tell us about this association. What was the need to start another association in North Shore and what you plan to do?
Thank you, Mr. Venkat, for having me here, and I'm representing Upper Harbour Indian Association. I'm also a chairperson of the association, and first of all, I would like to start with thanking you for covering us for one of the events that we did in the Upper Harbour area. It was called Indian Independence Day. We celebrated that on the 18th of October, and we had a coverage on your newspaper, so thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And yes, the organization is very new. There are a lot of reputed Indian organizations across Auckland and New Zealand, but the need for having in Upper Harbour area is because the region overall is growing with the more of the Indian population coming up. As per the stats we discussed last time, there are about 7,000 Indian people living in Upper Harbour area, and we've also been told it's growing up to 10,000
Yes.
now. And it's growing because the area is new areas are developing. There's a lot of land
And I suppose a lot of young families there.
a lot of young professional families are coming into these areas, which is good, a very good school zone area, so a lot of attraction on that front. So there was a growing Indian population, and we wanted to represent our country, our culture, and diversify it to the local people and basically blend within the Kiwi community. So bring in a platform that could bring all of us together to celebrate our culture and be more accepted as individuals in the community.
How many members do you have?
So right now the core committee members are about 8, and then we have a registered committee members of about 15, and we are adding more committee members.
So you're having a careful selection of people.
Exactly. We do have a Facebook page in which we have about 200 followers. The first event that we conducted of Indian independence, we had about 100 to 150 people joining that celebration, and it was just our first inaugurating, and it was pouring that day, but still people turned up.
What has been the response from the community?
We actually had a very non-structured events that were happening around in Upper Harbour area, especially in Hobsonville. And whenever we had those gatherings, and I'm a part of few other organizations, in the sense group gatherings like Bhagavad Gita group in that area, and whenever I used to meet people, they're like, we should do more of Indian cultural events and something that could be a voice of Indians. So there wasn't any, and that was a need for having this formal organization. So
Apart from culture, I suppose everyone loves Indian food.
of course, yeah. Yeah, so food, yes, I think it brings us all together. We celebrate culture as much as we celebrate our food. So yes, so we want
Who initiated this association, Upper Harbour Indian Association?
So we had local business person who's a chartered accountant, Abhay. So he had a word with few of the other people, and we formulated a post on a Facebook saying whosoever wants to be a part of this, we want to create an organization, and if you want to be a part of it, please raise your hand. So people joined in, about 15 odd people said yes, we want to be a part of this, and then we had a formal meeting to start the process.
Are you a registered organization or are you going in for it?
We are already a registered and incorporated charitable organization.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. That's a good start.
Yeah,
You've got a
yeah.
good foundation.
Yes, thank you.
And you go through an election process?
We formulated, we did our constitution, and now we're going to have every year AGM meetings for the...
Right now you have founding members.
Yes, yes.
So you've conducted Independence Day, India Independence Day. What else are you planning to do this year?
So we are currently in a process of creating a calendar of events that we want to proceed with. The requirement of having a calendar is for us to apply for various grants and get response from community associations as to what we should be doing. So the calendar should be comprised of different age groups that we are catering to. For example, we're planning to have a picnic for seniors, where a lot of
Seniors meaning elderly people?
60 plus, because we have a lot of new residents who have invited their family members on a working visa or a tourist visa, and parents especially are there who do not interact with each other. So bringing them all together in a picnic would mean that they can have a platform where they can talk, play some games, familiarize to each other, and build some network, so that when you're crossing down the road, you just don't have to nod, you just have to talk. So I think that would be a platform even for the seniors to do that. So seniors picnic, we're planning to do a spelling bee or a mathematics competition for kids around in that local schools. We're also planning to do a financial literacy kind of workshop, where all the youngsters who are around in the area should know how they can grow financially, be independent. So we're planning to do that. We are also planning to celebrate Women's Day, which is in March.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward for that too. There would be few others we are on a discussion page, but we'll at least have 5 to 6 events in the next calendar
That
year.
will keep you very busy.
I think so. So we need more people to help us on that.
One of your founding members, Jaimini Joshi, who's
Yeah.
here, we'll talk to
Yes.
her in a few moments. She told us that you have approached the council,
We have.
your local council or the Auckland Council
Yeah.
for support. What kind of response have you got from them?
Well, so we've already started getting support from them. So we met Anna, who's the chairperson of local boards, Auckland Council local board, and meeting them gave us this confidence that they're happy and they're supporting us in this. We started getting a grant in terms of training from them, from a professional organization called LEAD, and they're training our organization for the governance training. So when we are formulated as a formal organization, they are making sure that we do everything that is in the right spirit. So they have already given us grant in educating us to have the governance training. We also have been in touch with the local council people in terms of further helping us in the grants which we need for organizing these events. So we've already done a formal application which goes through a process of scrutiny, and hopefully we get some grants from them for us to run our different programs. So not just local board, we are in touch with other organizations as well, just like ethnic communities. We will be approaching. There's another local organization in Hobsonville which is called HPRS, and they are on board with us. We met Lester, who's the community representative, and he's going to support us in putting our application through for the grants. So
it's an all-woman committee at the moment?
No, we have men as well, but predominantly.
Predominantly.
The main pillars are I'm the
Wonderful.
chairperson,
Very
our
good.
secretary is Shefali, and we have a media person as Jaimini, and we have Selena as our treasurer, so
Wonderful.
women-led.
Wonderful. So are you able to mobilize funds so far? You have been able to?
We have been able to mobilize funds from the local businesses in our area for doing independence. We didn't get any government funding for the
I suppose
first
that
event.
takes a little time. You have
It
to
does.
establish yourself.
There's a process and there's a timeline in applying for those applications.
6 months, yeah.
Exactly. So hopefully it will start to fall off next year.
You mentioned about promoting financial literacy.
Exactly.
This is for your members or is for the community in general?
It's for the community in general. So when we talk about financial literacy, we want to talk about budgeting. We might want to talk as a professional mortgage advisor, I would want to pass on my knowledge to help people to maybe buy their first homes or look for investment properties. So financial literacy help us, help all of us to grow together. So that would be one of our events.
In the Upper Harbour community, Indian community, what is the feeling, cost of living crisis? Does it really, is it affecting as seriously as other parts of New Zealand, or people living in that area are economically better off?
I would say financially they are quite sufficient, but the cost of living has affected everybody. In terms of the mortgage interest rates are going up, so their repayments are going up, and the house prices on average would be 1 million plus in Hobsonville area. So yes, they will be having huge mortgages, and that there comes the cost of living. But and there are a lot of redundancies that are is affecting all of us. So I would say the cost of living is affecting most of our residents as well.
I mean, especially those who have got mortgages will have a huge impact on them, and you're able to advise them as to what they should be doing.
We can help them find out ways of controlling their budgets. We can help them find out, talking to accountants, they probably would know how they can budget. The interest rates are starting to fall, so there's some bright line around the horizon on that. Well, hopefully things would start to get better, but yes, it has been a tricky time, and we are all coping up with that.
We now welcome Jaimini Joshi, one of the founders of Upper Harbour Indian Association. Jaimini, tell us, what was the vision with which you started helping Udita and others in establishing this association?
Fun and food.
Okay, so can you explain that?
So, like Udita mentioned, we all live in a beautiful community in a very beautiful country, but there's still patches of loneliness, especially during festivals. And you know how Indians love their colors and food in festivals. And when there was this opportunity to come together, I think the people who wanted to have fun and do more activities and relate to the things that us Indians are famous for are the ones who put their hands up, and we created this. And events or no events, Venkat, we have so much fun. We just get together and we want to do this, we do that. You can have a lot of discussion, a lot of that doesn't get executed, but I think the journey is also so important, and I think all of us enjoy the journey.
Wonderful. So you have a lot of ideas for the association. Like Udita mentioned, you have several programs including financial literacy, festivals of India, and also important milestones like Republic Day and Independence Day. Okay, we wish you all the best, and we look forward to supporting your association. And thank you for being with us. So Udita, what kind of the support that you're receiving from communities at the moment? You are happy with the kind of patronage that you have received so far. Would you be inviting people from across other parts of Auckland to your events, or you want to confine it to the Upper Harbour area?
We don't want to confine it to Upper Harbour. Yes, we are Upper Harbour. So basically, there was a need, so that was the reason why we put it as Upper Harbour Indian Association. We are going to be collaborating. We want to collaborate with other associations which are charitable in the Indian heritage and join hands with them to become more bigger in terms of collaboratively doing certain bigger events as compared to just doing a smaller in a small community. So we are open for collaborating and expand it to a central event instead of just being.
So you're getting good support from your local MP?
We are. Mr. Cameron has been very supportive. He's been a part of some of our meetings, which was like every 3 weekly meetings we had. We've also invited him for the Indian Independence Day event, and he was very happy to join hands with us. He feels that there was a need, and he's very happy that we formed, and he's extended support in terms of using his office space or
nice.
His resources to have some of the seniors maybe like a social development workshop. So yes, he's very happy and he's supporting us.
Wonderful. I wish you all the best, and please continue to do what you're doing. I'm sure you'll get more and more support. Indian Newslink is always there to support you, Are you conducting any Diwali related festival?
We are not, but we're planning to do it next year
Next
in
year,
a bigger
okay.
scale.
Right.
I would just like to thank Mr. Venkat for being our media partner. We are very privileged to have you as an experienced person on board with us. We feel privileged and very authentic when we know that Indian Newslink is supporting us. So, and through your medium, we want to say to the Upper Harbour local audiences that please be a member. Tell us what you want us to conduct in your local community and bring it all together so we become bigger as a society and stay stronger. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Udita, for your time, and we wish you, your team, and your Upper Harbour Indian Association all the best. As I said, we are always there to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Indian Newslink podcast.